Venture capital and private equity are popular industries. Lots of students want to go there. Let me tell you a little bit what venture capital and private equity are about. Venture capital is an industry where we finance young companies when they need capital to grow their business, in the sense of developing a product, hiring people, getting the right people on board, setting a strategy for pricing, all the things that go along with starting a company. It's the financing of starting young companies that hopefully will result in growth and ultimately, down the line, you can think of an IPO, but it's that beginning stage of investing in a company. Now, people that will go into this industry are typically interested in entrepreneurship. They're interested in working with young companies. They're clearly interested in finance. And the types of jobs that you can get is either working at a small company, working at companies that advise these companies, advise young startups, or being directly into venture capital. The type of skills that people need to be in this industry is really, it's about management, is not as finance or as numbers heavy oriented. And it's really all about, growing companies, and young companies are often really about people. So you got to be good with people. You got to get a good feel for what are winner technologies or winner companies or winner products that young companies start. But that's sort of in a nutshell what venture capital is about. Private equity is an amazing industry. It's a very big industry in America. Lots of jobs that used to be related to the investment banking industry are now private equity type jobs. So when we think about investment banks like JP Morgan or UBS or Centerview or any other company, most of these jobs, they're still there, but these jobs are transforming. Lots of those jobs are kind of transforming into jobs at these large private equity funds. Think KKR, think Blackstone, that kind of do principal investing, meaning investing in businesses or investing in assets directly. And they combine that with providing services, typically what investment banking would do. If we think about underwriting a deal or going public, we still need other companies advising private equity firms in that way, but lots of those functions are now being transferred in-house. At its core though, private equity is about investing in mature businesses that are typically cash flowing, that have clients, can be anywhere from 10 million all the way to however large you want it to be. But we invest in businesses, and the idea is that we own those businesses and hopefully can make changes to those businesses, both from an operational perspective as well from a financial perspective, to create value for shareholders in those businesses. The type of people that tend to work in private equity tend to be, at its core, finance people. Private equity at its core is a finance business. And so you need to be quantitatively oriented. I think you need to be number oriented. There are lots of other skills that you may need for different type functions within private equity, whether we think about raising capital, which is very much a people skill type business, or whether you think about advising companies to do better. They're now operating roles within portfolio companies that private equity firms buy that can relate to marketing or supply chain or more broadly the running of a business. So those are all the type skills that you may need when working at private equity firms. At its core though, as I said, if you really want to do kind of the private equity work, it's all about finance.